Hello and welcome guys. Today we'll understand about Swift ACK and Swift NACK. So what exactly is Swift ACK and what exactly is Swift NACK? We'll understand with a example. So let's get started. So let's take an example where Ram wants to transfer a fund of $1,000 to his friend Shyam he is holding account in, let's say, City US City, and Ram is holding account in India, let's say State Bank of India, right? So we have denoted it with the big code SBI and Bombay XXX, and there is City US 33XXX. City US 33XXX. So now Ram, who is holding account in State Bank of India, wants to transfer $1,000 to his friend who is in USA, who's holding account in Citibank, and the big code of it is City US 33XXX. Ram is in India. Now let's understand this flow, how it exactly works out, right? So this is our scenario. Now first thing first, Ram will initiate a transaction. He will initiate a transaction with, let's say, a mobile banking channel. He enters all those details which needs to be there for initiating a transaction, and then once that initiation is done, then it reaches to bank, that is SBI bank, right? Now SBI bank does all its validation, and then what it does is, from the SBI bank's payment gateway, so SBI will have this payment gateway here. So payment gateway of SBI does the validation of the message format which needs to be sent via Swift. So all the validation is done at the payment gateway internal application of the SBI, which does the validation whether the message formats are correct or not, and then sends it over to the Swift network. So it basically goes to the Swift network. Now assuming it is a single customer credit transfer, since a customer is involved here, so it sends MT103 message to Swift, right? Now Swift in return, what it will do is it will do its validation. So different kinds of validation is done. For example, big validation. Anyway, this payment gateway does the same validation which Swift does, but at Swift level also they do their validation. The value date, sender bank info, receiver bank info, right? And so many other validation which happens at the Swift. So MT103, when Swift receives it, right? So it has a job to do, that is it has to inform SBI payment gateway saying that yes, we have received your MT103 customer credit transfer message. So for that they will send a message to their payment gateway, and that message is nothing but which is called as MT012. This is called as ACK, acknowledgement message. That means a positive notification saying that hey SBI Bank, I have received your MT103 and it's all good with the Swift messages. And Swift in return, what it will do is then it will transfer this MT103, the same MT103 message to the receiver bank, right? So in our case, it is nothing but the city US. City US will finally transfer the fund to the account which is holded at City US. That is nothing but the Siam. You will receive $1,000, right? So this is how flow of payment. This example is if is basically a direct payment where SBI and City US has this accounting relationship with them. So in that case, just one MT103 message is enough for City US to credit to its customer SAM, and they will maintain some Nostro and Vostro accounting where they will debit the RAM's account and then they will credit the City US Vostro account. So let me explain you the Nostro and Vostro concept also over here. So what happens at SBI end is it will let me write this accounting entries. So SBI, what it will do is it will debit RAM account, right? And it will debit in what amount? It will debit in Indian national rupees, right? So basically for $1,000, so current exchange rate is, let's say, $1 equals to $1 is equals to 80 rupees. So $1,000 equals to 80,000 rupees, right? So it will debit RAM's account in Indian national rupees, so that becomes 80,000 Indian national rupees. This is first, and then what it will do is the SBI bank will just credit to its internal account for the later reconciliation purpose. So what they will do is they will credit internal account, right? And that is again 80,000 rupees, and then it will debit this internal account 80,000 rupees, and then credit to Nostro account of City US, right? This credit will happen in US dollar. That becomes 1,000, So this is the accounting entries that will happen at SBI Bank. Now at City US, what it will do is it will receive this MT103 message, and they will also perform the accounting entries. There it is. They will debit Vostro account, that is $1,000, and credit Siam's account, that is $1,000. So in this case we have not taken any charges in consideration, right? So that's why we have taken a straightforward example. So this is all about Swift playing role and the ACK which it sends. And one more thing, if Swift uh, doesn't find the message valid with, let's say it has some issue with the value date or the big or something, then they will send a negative ACK, that is nothing but MT019. This is called as negative ACK or negative notification, and it will receive at where? It will receive to the SBI, right? So this is all about the payment flow and the Swift playing role, and then the ACK and NACKs, and then some accounting entries. So that's all for this video. Thank you guys for watching out this video. We'll come back with new topic in the banking payments domain. Bye bye.